Alrighty, folks, we got an article here out of Breitbart.com. I'm trying to bring forth the top news from the best compilation of sources, and I'm forever behind. I just need to try and catch up. We got this entitled Joe Biden. Second Amendment does not say you're entitled to own a gun. Why wouldn't he want folks to own a gun to be able to defend themselves against various different things? Former VP Vice President Joe Biden admitted that the Second Amendment exists, but stressed during his speech in New Hampshire on Tuesday that it does not say everyone is entitled to own a gun. So he wants to decide. Okay, I see. He gets to decide who owns one or not. He'll get to, of course, but he doesn't want others to. I see. You know, it just seems like Democrats, it seems like they want their slaves back. Imagine if the slaves were armed. Do you think they would be free, or do you think they would have remained slaves? I think they would have gotten their liberty. Good grief. Biden, who was taking questions at a small outdoor venue, then added, by the way, if one of you left the keys in your car down the street and a kid comes along and jumps in it and takes off, you would be held liable civilly for that. So if you own a gun, put a darn trigger lock on it, put it in a case, you have an obligation. Okay. It's kind of an odd situation he tossed out there. Why the heck ain't the parent watching over the kid? There wasn't even he didn't even refer to a gun in that situation. Except at the end he implied there was one present, I guess. As if it were in the car. There's nothing wrong with that. He didn't cite anything bad happening either in his scenario. The prop is not a moral agent. It does nothing wrong. It requires a moral agent to perform an action with it, whether it's neutral, good, or bad. There's a great many of ordeals of why one should have one. Self-defense, tyrannical rogue government, hunting. So, if the British ever come back. Biden also spoke about past gun bans he supported. How that makes everyone safer. Infringe upon guns. That makes everyone safer. No, that sounds like the British. He specifically referenced the 1994 assault weapons ban and noted that it also limited the number of bullets in a clip. Infringement. More infringement. Just little incremental details, and then until they have the full entire confiscation. So it's a very dangerous concept over time. Additionally, he spoke about being former President Barack Obama's point man for gun control following the December 14, 2012 attack on Sandy Hook Elementary School. The gun did nothing wrong. In any darn situation. The gun is not a moral agent. You hold the individual personally accountable. And if they lower themselves to the status of an animal that wants to take other people out, 100 years ago, we done away with, like 80, 100 years ago, we done away with making people a public example. getting rid of them. That way people can see what they did and the price of that, rather than keep folks locked up forever and have everyone pay for them to live on and get out in 20 years. Absolutely nuts. So there's that. So the gun didn't do nothing wrong. He keeps referencing all this bad stuff that happens. How about he take a look at 1776? We beat the tar out of the British with firearms. Imagine if this kind of garbage was pulled back then. We would have gotten conquered. This guy seems like a very scary candidate to me. He's got the China ties and all that. Why would a guy with China ties through his son, Hunter, 1 billion, 1.5 billion thing out of a bank, why would he be pushing for gun control on Americans? Infringements. Why would the British do that in 1776 or whatever the case? Lead up to it. Why would they want to disarm citizens, American citizens, colonialists? Why would they want to disarm us? Just ponder. He said there are so many other things we can do to make schools safer other than arming teachers. He rejects the solution. One of the solutions. 60 darn years ago, the schools had none of this kind of problem. They all left their weapons in their vehicles. They had high training and respected it, and they had common sense morals. And then they get bombarded and taught they're an animal. And look at the result. It's not the only element, but there's many, many other more elements than the weapon. Biden needs to think about it more. Other than arming teachers, he did not specify, however, that what those other things are. Rather, he pivoted to the next question. Yeah, how about he look at the other pieces of the puzzle? The prop does nothing wrong. Hold the person individually accountable, and we get rid of them if they act like an animal and want to take people out. Simple as that. Simple as that. Common sense 101. Anyhow, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you ahead. Feel free to subscribe.